below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's never a dull moment. 2K Sports brings you the NBA on a Friday afternoon. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours. Well, a momentous decision, DA. Thank you. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the Nets. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, Boston, just a couple spots back.
Yeah, I think for the Nets, they've been a revelation here in the early going. Some people, including myself, had doubts about their plan coming into the season, but no question, it's working.
You know what, Greg? It just looks to me like they're having fun out there, and sometimes that's contagious. It drives success. This is beautiful.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Smart, the guards. Tatum and Hayward make up the two.
Well, Kevin Durant with a little crafty creativity, KD at the rim. There are very few players in the world who can do what Kevin Durant does. Under duress of the playoffs or a big moment in the game, Kevin Durant has the skill set and the mentality necessary to finish opponents off.
On its way from Irving for two, Chandler. And it's sent back by Howard. Here's Hayward, and good that time. And that skill set of Durant's that, Doris, you just mentioned, there really is no comparison in the league.
I agree, Kevin. I mean, just to have that soft touch with that height he has is rare in itself. Now you think about the mobility and creativity to find a shot for himself or others in any situation. That is what makes him one of the all-time greats.
Walker the pass to Hayward. Back falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. 6 points for Gordon Hayward. Outside, KD. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on Dwight Howard.
Well, you see, if you're going to foul him, you've got to wrap Kevin Durant up. He's too good at absorbing contact and finding a way to score.
Well, Doris, early on, every team trying to establish a winning attitude. And now you find out if that can carry through the rigors of an entire regular season.
No doubt, Kevin. I think if you can establish some winning early, that can go a long way toward building momentum, building confidence, especially if you have a young team or if you're a veteran team who has aspirations to be champions. So much at stake early.
Good point. Tatum's shot is off.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Here's Irving. Again, the Nets for two.
But just a spectacular display of ball handling from Kyrie, opening up the look there. Many believe he might have the best handle in the game.
Irving with the steal. High post, KD. Durant drawing the double team. On the wing, Irving. Tries it from 19. Gordon Hayward comes up with the rebound.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Tipped away. Irving with the steal, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Hayward. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Boy, pure strength from Hayward. Loves overcoming any challenge a defender might throw his way.
And on the way from Irving for 3. That shot off, and it's Boston the other way. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And in that one, the offensive execution made the difference. They found and exploited the mismatch repeatedly.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
And Walker's got the ball here for Boston. Their last encounter was in Boston.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
Outside for KD. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. Dinwiddie is checked in for Wilson Chandler. Celtics also with a sub. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Smart. Passes to Tatum. Hayward right side. No good on the three. Brooklyn trailing.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. Caruth is checked in for Joe Harris. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Irving. It's stolen by Allen. Here's Dinwiddie on the mark with the 15-footer.
Boy, Spencer Dinwiddie, it's a rare opportunity in the mid-range, but he's got the kind of touch necessary to make it.
On the wing, Brown. Right side, Tatum. Clock at 6. Caruth grabs the board.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
They get it back. Prince finds Dinwiddie. Second chance shot, and it's good on the layup.
I'll tell you, this guy excels at using his speed and his big body to cut inside. Nice job, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Brown the pass to Cantor. Dishes it to Walker. Teardrop shot. The shot comes out, and it's the Nets taking it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And Greg, you cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. He kicks to Tatum. Now, here's Cantor. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Dinwiddie against Walker. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Drills it from outside.
Well, this guy's so good at making great decisions. Jason Tatum on the catch and shoot. That's nice.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by Tatum. And Rodion Kurucs picks up the foul. That's his first foul. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Nets leading by just 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities. One of the things I love about the Brooklyn Nets is the culture that's being created with this franchise. They are punching above their weight. There's no quit in this team. There is so much to like.
Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Caruth is out there with Taurean Prince. And it's Allen in at the 5. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Spencer Dinwiddie, one of those players that seems to have improved with every passing season. And his numbers back that up. This guy just keeps getting better.
Walker against Prince. Just 5 on the clock. Walker's shot is off. And Doris, you talk about the resilience of this Nets team. How about their 25-point fourth quarter comeback last season against Sacramento?
Kev, they become only the fourth team to overcome that big a deficit in the shot clock era. This Nets team is not invincible, but I promise you they're going to make you work for every single thing you get. Well, 9 times out of 10, that probably is a miss, but somehow he finds a way.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. And the shot is long. Boston trailing 3-on-3. That's a 2-pointer from Walker. He nails it, and we're tied up. Walker's got 4 points in the quarter. It's LeVert on the wing. He's covered by Brown. LeVert kicks to Dinwiddie, and Brown over to help. From about 19 feet. And that's Prince, that time on the assist by Dinwiddie.
Boy, phenomenal decision-making from the young guard, Spencer Dinwiddie. Nicely done, putting it on time and on target.
Walker finds Tatum. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Walker against Dinwiddie. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And the Celtics looking to bounce back and make another deep playoff run.
And I think, Greg, they certainly have the talent to do it. This is a team that remains on the upswing. They have draft picks and assets. I think they are well positioned for the future.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. Harris is checked in for Rodions Kurucs. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Karis LeVert. 5 on the clock. Pass to Poirier. From deep. But they recover it. Here's Williams. Good work defensively by KD.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Brooklyn. Howard's checked in for Boston. KD against Hayward. The kick out to Irving. 6 to shoot. Puts it up from 17. He squares up and sinks it. Irving's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets.
The evolution of Kyrie Irving's game continues. Magnificent with the jumper.
Hayward outside. To the wing right side. Lobbed up there for Howard. And Howard with the stuff.
That's about communication between teammates. Dwight Howard high flying as ever.
And a deep 3 from Irving. Poirier grabs the miss. Celtics trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Nice shot by Smart.
Growing confidence in his jumper. Smart is rising and firing after the catch of the pass. Nice.
Irving for 3. Second chance effort. The shot by Jordan, no good.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
Smart. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. On the wing, Chandler. He's guarded by Howard. Left side, Durant. Gets an open look and hits. KD's got 7 points in the game. Doris, do you think it's more challenging for superstars in smaller markets, mid-sized markets?
You know, this is such an interesting debate in a world that has become, because of social media, so much smaller. You know, I do think that certain larger markets, LA, New York, can be a blessing and a curse. It does still feel like that media scrutiny is a little bit larger. When things are going well, it's the best thing in the world. When things aren't going so well, boy, those day-by-day question after question can probably become pretty tedious.
Daniel Tice is checked in for Boston. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Kemba Walker is checked in for Jaylen Brown. It's deflected. Howard with the steal. Back falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
That is a grown man move from Dwight Howard.
Walker against Irving. That three off the mark.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
And Hayward gets it to go. He's got 13.
And I think games like this prove why Gordon Hayward is now an all-star level talent. He understands when he's hot, I need to carry my team. I love his aggressiveness.
Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Howard. A rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Irving against Walker. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, that's just the master of understanding pick and roll and how to develop a quality shot. Such a dangerous guy in those sets.
Walker. He can't get that one to fall. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Brooklyn Nets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. Looking at the Nets, Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Well, this is a close game. Every point matters. Right now, they're not getting to the line much. To win this kind of matchup, you got to be the aggressor. You got to be, you just got to be aggressive. Let's just see if they can ramp up their intensity, Ernie.
And that does it for our halftime show.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Really an incredible game from Gordon Hayward.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court right now for the Celtics. Tatum and Hayward make up the 2 forward spots. Walker and Smart, the guards. And it's Howard in at the 5. Home in the paint. Out to Hayward. Outside, Smart. Launches a 3.
Well, you know Joe Harris comes from one of the great defensive coaches in college basketball. He will play hard on that end. What I love about Marcus Smart is every single trip up the floor, this guy is going to be in your grill, and it cannot be a pleasant experience to have this man guarding you.
Here's Irving. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Dwight Howard.
Boy, Irving decisive on that drive, gets the foul because of the intensity, taking it to the rack.
And that defensive pressure of Smart will wear you down, Doris, over the course of a game.
Kevin, it takes its toll because his combination of athleticism, strength, and motor makes him an absolute monster on the defensive end.
Shot from 12. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Stolen by Walker. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. A shot by Hayward, wide open. They get it again. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Dwight Howard.
Well, this has been one of the staples of Dwight Howard's game. Get on the glass on the offensive end and finish it.
Here's KD. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Caruth is checked in for Chandler. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving.
Well, this is exactly how you want to attack the defense. Kevin Durant accepting the punishment, but refuses to be denied.
Celtics trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Harris against Smart. Tatum deciding where to go with it. And the jumper is on the mark. Tatum's got 5 now. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
Outside, Walker. Pass to Cantor. The fader. Rebound, Brooklyn.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Here's Jordan. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Now Tatum. Yes, that goes in. 7 points in the game.
With good defense on you, you've got to stay locked to the rim. Jason Tatum does just that.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Now the book, Greg, is the same for Enes Kanter as it's always been. Great score inside, but his defense leaves you wanting.
And Kevin, at this point, he is who he is. I mean, for better or worse. Kanter is still a force off the bench to give a team some post presence in their second unit, but not sure he'll ever be a player to build around.
Just 5 to shoot. Tries again. And KD the bucket on the assist by Dinwiddie. KD's got the lead up to 9 now for Brooklyn. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for Boston. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That's foul number 2 for him. On the wing, Williams, defended by Allen. Williams kicks to Walker, jacks up a 3, hits the 3-point bomb. Walker's got 7 points.
And this is where Walker thrives, an assertive long-distance shooter.
KD against Williams.
You have to remember, the Nets surrendered their draft pick every year for 5 straight years, between the years 2014 to 2018. How they turned that into a playoff run last year, one of the great stories in the league.
Celtics making a switch here. Tice is checked in. Tatum passes to Brown. And it's off from 3-point range. Nets leading by 8. KD can't get it to go. And Doris, you're right. Those picks you're referring to surrendered by the Nets in their 2013 trade with the Celtics.
And think about it, Kev. That transaction was one in a string of trades by the Nets, trading their picks for veterans. This 2019 draft, only the second time the Nets controlled their pick in the last 9 years. What they have achieved in the face of that is nothing short of remarkable.
Dinwiddie outside. LeVert from outside. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 4th assist in this one. Celtics trail by 9. Walker taking his time here. Tatum against LeVert. A nice shot by Tatum. 11 points in the game.
You have to be effective from anywhere on the floor if you're going to be elite. Jason Tatum, the in-between game, that's on point too, fellas.
Prince outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Well, the big expectations for the Celtics going into last season never translated to the success many thought they would have. The vast majority of experts predicted that the Celtics would be in the NBA Finals. They were unequivocally, I think, the most disappointing team in the league. They just couldn't put the pieces together.
Allen outside. Irving for 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And that's it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the 4th. Nets lead by 8. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Celtics trail by 8. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Wilson Chandler out there with Jaron Allen. And it's Prince in at the 3 slot. So that's the Nets 5. Here's Brown. And the pass to Tice. And he goes in for the dunk.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Walker against Irving. That's tipped. Outside, Walker, and he lobs it up toward the rim.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
It's tipped. Hayward against Prince. And it's sent back by Allen. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. Some changes for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Chandler. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Taurean Prince. The Celtics also changing it up. Howard comes in for Daniel Tice. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Brown. Nets leading by 4. Here's LeVert. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
How about that authority from Mr. Karis LeVert? Go ahead, sir.
Walker against Irving. Up top, Walker. LeVert against Hayward. Passes it to Poirier. That one misses. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Irving dishes to Jordan. Back to Irving. The call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Dwight Howard.
Boy, you talk about the all-time great below-the-rim finishers. Kyrie Irving is on that list. He can use either hand. So much English. This guy is tough.
Cantor checked in for Boston. Smart on the wing. Over Harris. No good off the back of the rim. Doris, as great a scorer as he is, Kyrie Irving doesn't draw a ton of fouls.
Kevin, I think that has everything to do with his elusivity. This is a young man who can finish with either hand, can get separation on any defender. This is the one thing you'd say about Kyrie Irving. He does not initiate contact around the rim. Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again. Well, DeAndre Jordan remains one of the best rebounders in the NBA. His ability to dominate the glass and get you extra possessions, just a thing of beauty.
KD's checked in for the Nets. Celtics also with a sub. Tatum's checked in. Walker finds Kanter. Walker against Irving. Here's Hayward. 5 to shoot. Not going to go that time. Nice D from Durant. And with DeAndre Jordan, the rebounding is as strong as ever, Doris. But what about the rim protection?
Well, I think obviously DeAndre's block totals aren't what they used to be when he was turning away 2 shots a game. But there's more to defense than just blocking shots. And Jordan remains a plus defender.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Really getting after the defense since the break. He's so hard to keep off the line when he pushes the action.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Allen. Irving against Walker, trying to get something going. Great positioning on the putback.
I love that Kanter will pursue rebounds out of his area. This guy's such a powerful player who's willing to exert his will.
Lobs it up for Jordan, stolen by Walker. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Tatum in the charge, goes straight through the defender for the dunk, draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Kevin Durant.
And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game, guys. No doubt about it. I'm sensing a major momentum swing here after that steal and run out.
What's incredible to me is the first time Jason Tatum stepped between the lines as an NBA player, he had a willingness to take on the responsibility of being a go-to scorer, even in the tough moments.
Nobody near Irving. Off target with his 3.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net. Kevin, don't you love that Gordon Hayward demanded the basketball in such a crucial possession? He has really matured.
And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way. Chandler with the block. They get it back. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. They've led by as many as 11 points. Lets it go with a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Nets lead by 7.
Boy, the floor spacing that Kyrie Irving brings to the table is impressive. This guy can cash in from deep consistently.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 7. 1:14 left in the 4th quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. He said, we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time. Kevin.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Jordan with the rebound.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
KD looking around. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question, GA. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Here's Walker. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
To the paint. The kick out to Irving. So it's the Nets picking up the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.